Hi everyone, it's Brenda from Brenda's Knots and Loops. Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet a basket. Today we're going to make this little teeny tiny basket, but you can with this video. I didn't tie my strings yet, I'm sorry, but you can make any size a basket you want. Like this basket is made from Madala's Thick and Quick. I also use the same method to make this big basket. I got two big baskets out of Brenda's's blanket yarn. Aren't those pretty? Nice and big. But you can use this method. You can use any yarn you want. I would suggest any yarn a number 4 and up. Just use the size hook that the yarn calls for. Today I'm going to use Brenda's's Pop. It's a 4 weight and it calls for a number 5mm hook, which is what I'm using, which is also an H hook. So, and it will look the same yarn as what I used for this basket. Okay, so you can use any thickness of yarn. Like this Madala's Thick and Quick that I used for the basket is a number 6 weight, and that's what this basket was. So like I said, you can use any thickness of yarn you like. Just don't use a yarn that's really, like this is really super soft and flumpy, whatever. That will be hard. Your basket won't stand up, it'll fall over. But anyway, let's get started. I want you to do, let me zoom in a little closer. I taped this yesterday and I didn't get close, so you couldn't see what I was doing. Sorry about that. So here we go again. We need to make a magic circle. You can do this. Just put the yarn across your back of your fingers, wrap it around, and you cross it. Turn your fingers around. I loop mine underneath my little finger to hold it. Use your hook, go underneath the top one. I snag the bottom one, pull it up, and put your hook through. Then you grab the yarn that was underneath your finger, your little finger, this yarn. Okay? Grab it, pull it through. So let me do this again so you can see. Wrap it around your finger, cross it, but I hold it underneath my little finger. Use your hook to do the job. Go under, snag, put through, grab this yarn, pull through the hole. Okay? Now, that is your magic loop. Now I pull my magic loop so it's a little smaller because I don't like a big loop to work in. I want you to chain 1. Okay? Now, I want you to do 6 single crochets in the hole. A single crochet, in case you don't know, you go in the hole, you grab some yarn, pull it back through, you grab some yarn, you pull through both loops. Okay? So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now pull your tail to pull your loop shut. Okay? Now I want you to slip stitch, get your tail away, the first single crochet. Not the chain 1. The chain 1's over here. The first single crochet, slip stitch, which pull through and pull through again. Okay? And then you have a little circle. Now I want you to chain 1. Oops, wrong way, Brenda. chain 1, go back in same first stitch where the stitch 1 is, do a single crochet, and then do another single crochet. So there's 2 single crochets in that first loop, sorry. Now I want you to do 2 single crochets in each one single crochet that you just did. So you'll have a total of 12. So if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. Do 2 single crochets in each single crochet. So you'll have a total of 12, oops, all the way around. Now, if you want to, so you know where you started, I have a stitch marker somewhere. You can put a stitch marker where you started. So, let me do my last 2, slip stitch to the first single crochet, chain 1, single crochet back into that same space. Now you can put your stitch marker to mark. Make sure you put your stitch marker in the single crochet. Okay? Now I want you single crochet in this, and then single crochet again, so there's 2 in that second stitch. In the next stitch, a single crochet. The next stitch, 2 single crochets. So we're going to continue doing that. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets in the same stitch, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2. Got to pull some yarn out. Single crochet, double crochet, a single, and you'll always end up with a double crochet. Now if your count's off, you don't have to worry, this is very forgiving. So I'm going to move my stitch marker, and I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet, not the chain 1. Now I want you to chain 1, single crochet back into that same stitch, replace your stitch marker if you want, but if you don't want to use stitch marker, that's fine. Single crochet in the next stitch, so you have 2 single crochets in a row, then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Do a single crochet in the next stitch, a single crochet in the next, 2 single crochets in the next stitch. If I'm going too fast, you can always pause. If I'm going too slow, you can always fast forward, because we're doing 2 singles, 1, 2, and then 2 in the next stitch, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, then 2 in the next one. 2 single crochets in the same stitch. 1 single, 1 single in the next, 2 in the next. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 in the next. And that's my stitch 1. So my chain 1, so I want to slip stitch into my single crochet, chain 1, single crochet back into the same stitch, which is right under your chain 1. Replace your stitch marker if you want. If not, you can see it does poke up, it does stand up since you did the chain 1. But I'm going to show you with a stitch marker. Okay, I want you to chain 1 in the next, that's 2 singles, chain single crochet in the next, that's 3 single crochet, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, Do you see a pattern here? Each round you go, you add one single crochet. So the next round we'll do 4 single crochets, then 2 double crochets. The next after that would be 5, then 2. And you just keep on going on and on and on until you get the size of the bottom of the basket you want. Okay? So right now we got 1, 2, 3 and a double. So let's do 3 singles. 1, 2, 3, and then we do a double. 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, we do 3 singles. 1, 2, 3, and 2 in this stitch. Got to pull more yarn out, sorry. Okay, 3 singles. 1, 2, 3, and 2 in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3 singles in a row, and 2 in this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2 in the next stitch. We're doing all singles. 2, 3, and you always end up with 2. If your count happens to be off, don't worry about it. You will not be able to tell if you ended up if I ended up with just 2 singles, that's fine. All you have to do is just, like I said, slip stitch into your first stitch and continue. Oop, I gotta do a single crochet in that stitch and then place my stitch marker. Okay, I'm going to go around one more time with you so you can make sure you got this. So that I single crocheted back into that first stitch. So we need 4 this time. 4 singles. 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, 2 single crochets in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 in the next. Pull out some more yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 the next. Now slip stitch to the first single crochet, chain 1. Now just keep on continuing around and around and around until you get the size that you want. Okay, now you can pause this video here because I'm going on to the next step till you get the size of basket that you want. So the next step is I already chained 1, I want you to single crochet in the back stitch, which is this stitch right here, not the front one but the back one. I don't know if my camera will. I want this back stitch back here. I want you to single crochet in it, in the back stitch. Okay, single crochet, get back in all the way around in the back stitch, all the way around. I want you to single crochet in that back stitch, and you'll see you have this little line here, and that will help your basket to start the walls. As you can tell, as I'm stitching in the back stitch, it's starting to curl up. If you're still doing the bottom and it starts to curl, don't worry, it will flatten out when you start doing the sides. Okay, so don't worry about how it's looking. Okay, so we're just doing back stitch. Because you can tell this is still the bottom, and see it's curling up, but it will flatten down once I get the sides build up. So we're still doing single crochets in the back stitch all the way around. Yeah, I forgot to put my stitch marker, but that's okay. I'll be able to tell because of that line. Can you see the line right here? That's starting. You see there's a new line over on this side where I haven't gone in yet. And yes, I have a bruise on my hand. Don't know how I got it. All I know it must have hurt when I did it. But it's okay. Doesn't hurt anymore. Like I said, we're single crocheting in the back stitch. Then when we get to the end, you just slip stitch to the first stitch, which I'm almost there. That is my chain one, so we slip stitch into the 2 loops. Okay, chain 1, single crochet in that same stitch. Now we're going to single crochet in both loops all the way around, and this is starting our sides, to build our sides. And that's all you do, is continue doing single crochets all the way around. Oops, see, I dropped a stitch. Just do single crochets. Now I want to tell you something. The thicker the yarn you use, it might be, if you're a tight crocheter like I am, it can be kind of hard to get the thread through the holes. You just got to remember to make your stitches a little looser. The thicker the yarn you use, it can be harder to get your yarn through the loops when you do your single crochets. Back loops are easy, but when you do it can be a little tight. So just keep that in mind. Keep your stitches not real super loose, but I'm a tight crocheter, and I have to watch that. Just keep on going around, single crochets all the way around. Like I said, I'm using Brenda Pop. This color is called Ebony and Ivory. So let me move my stitch marker. It's like a slip stitch. Remember, don't slip stitch to your chain 1. Now chain 1 and single crochet back into that same stitch. Place our stitch marker so we know where the beginning is, and then we single crochet all the way around again. and we continue single crocheting until you get the size of the side you want. You just keep on building and building till you have the size that you want. You know, size and side sounds the same. Don't worry, I'm not gonna have you watch me just single crochet all the way around for this whole basket. That would be cruel. When I get to the end, I'll pause it and you just continue on. You pause it too till you get your sides the size that you want, and then I'll show you how to finish off your basket. Okay, so we're almost done with this row. So like I said, you single crochet all the way around, slip stitch to that first stitch. Make sure you don't slip stitch to your chain one. Make sure it's your first single crochet. Okay, chain one, single crochet back into that stitch. You place your stitch marker so you know where you started, and then single crochet again. So just keep on doing that, and when I'm done with the size that I want, I will be back. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I got the size of a basket I want. Now, you can either keep your basket this way if you want, just tie off and sew in your tails, or you can, what I like to do is do a slip stitch all the way around. So you go in, grab some yarn, and go through. Grab some yarn, go through, and go through. And then it gives this nice little rib on the top. Gives it a nice little finished look. Just do a slip stitch all the way around. Oops, sorry. All the way around, and you'll get this real pretty rib. Or you can just leave it the way it was. That's totally up to you. Or you can just leave it this way. And then when you get done, just sew in your tails, and that's it. That's how you make your basket. And you can make it as big, as little as you want, or with any yarn that you want. It's totally up to you. The only trick is that use the hook that they ask for with the yarn. That's all you have to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would, please like this video and share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. So, thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.